A very good morning, dear students. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to today's science class. So, before winding up today's lesson, let us have a quick recap of what we have discussed and learnt in our earlier session. Children, if you remember, we have learnt about the blood vessels and the process of circulation. What are blood vessels, children? Yes, they are the thin muscular tubes which carry the blood throughout our body, isn't it? And they also form a wide network throughout our body for the blood to flow. And I have given you an example of pipes and rubber tubes at your home which you use it for watering the plants and filling up your water. Yes, how the water is going to spill out of the tube, children? The same way here also the tube acts like a blood vessel and the water that is coming out of the tube is your blood. So the same mechanism is applied in our body also. So if you come back to the parts of blood vessels, there are three types. What are those? Arteries, veins and capillaries. So here you can see, children, the red color ones. The red color tubes, large tubes, you can see these are your arteries which are going to carry only the oxygenated blood from the heart to all parts of the body, children. And they have the thickest walls. Even though they look thin, they have the thickest walls. And the largest artery is what? Aorta. So this is your aorta, children. The yellow color bent pipe is there, no? This is your aorta. And we have also discussed about carotid artery. Do you remember? Yes, it's going to carry the blood from the heart only to the brain. And when we come to the veins, the blue color ones you can see, these are your veins, children. They are thinner walls than the arteries and they carry more blood than the arteries. And they carry only the impure blood from all parts of the body. So from upper part of the body, it's going to be carried by the superior vena cava, and the lower part of the body's unwanted or impure blood will be carried by the inferior vena cava. So then they contain valves also, children. They contain valves also which is going to prevent the backward flow of the blood. So whenever it is bringing the blood from the upper part and the lower part, these valves are going to avoid the backward flow to the body. And these are going to have branches, as we have already discussed about the arteries. It's going to have arterioles. The same way here veins also, you can see they are branched and they are called venules, children. And capillaries, you can see the capillaries. I'll show you one more picture. So you can see the combination of the arteries and the veins are going to form the capillaries, children. Can you see here in the lungs? And all over your body will be like this only. These capillaries are purely used for the exchange of food, gases, water and different materials between the blood and different organs in the body. Okay, you can see these capillaries, children, clearly. They are forming a network with the arteries and the veins. Yes, children. So this is the mechanism of the blood vessels. So if we come to the process of circulation, what is a circulation means a movement, isn't it? The continuous movement of the nutrients like oxygen and receiving back the carbon dioxide. All these things are done by the blood through these blood vessels all throughout our body is called as your circulation. So this ends our lesson, but we have a last bit called yoga exercises for a healthy heart. So yoga. So if you go with the yoga, it's a very good form of exercise, children, to keep your heart healthy and fit. And it increases your muscle strength, and it also improves your brain and its function. It helps your stress levels and anxiety levels, and it boosts up your energy, and it gives you instant energy when you do. I think in school also you are going to go with meditation. Even that is very good exercise which will help you to regain your knowledge and concentration. So here are some yoga asanas you can see. So this is your Tadasana, children. Tadasana means a mountain pose, standing like a mountain. So this is called your Tadasana, and it's going to help you to improve your heart level, and it also strengthens your thigh, ankle and knees, etc. And the other pose what you are able to see is Vrikshasana. Vrikshasana means tree pose. You can see Vriksha means tree. So you can see her standing in a tree pose, which is going to improve the blood circulation, as well as it's going to strengthen your vertebral column. That means your backbone as well as your thigh and ankle region again. So when you come back to the next one, which is called as your Trikonasana. This Trikonasana is also called as a triangle pose, children. This triangle pose is going to help you to strengthen your knees and thighs once again. And this is last one, which is called as your This one now, Dhanurasana. This Dhanurasana is like a bow pose, children. You can see it is also well strengthens your back bone, and it's going to keep your back stiff and strength. And one more thing is the deep breathing exercises, where you take in, breathe out exercise also will help you to improve your function of heart and lungs, and also the circulation of the blood will be perfect. And yoga exercises will always help you, and this should be done in the guidance of some experts, children. This cannot be done by your own, so please follow. It should be under some parental vision or some expert's vision, so you can't do it by yourself. So if you follow all this, I think your heart will be well and fit, as well as your body, brain, everything. So this ends up our lesson, children, but still if you have any doubts, you can just message me, and based on this we'll have a worksheet today. Hope you all have understood the lesson, and have a nice day, children. Thank you.